We've been asking for an interview with the director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, but Tuesday morning, she was on the radio revealing some information about how the city operates the Safe Streets program, but there are still several questions going unanswered. Shootings after shootings. Common sights in Baltimore streets, despite efforts from Safe Streets to get people to stop shooting, start living. Located in 10 locations across the city, Safe Streets has been running since 2007.
Community-based organization.
Tuesday morning, Shante Jackson, director of MONSE, the city agency overseeing Safe Streets, defending the program's effectiveness on the C4 and Brian Neiman WBAL News radio show.
We haven't seen a reduction in the violence in the city. How do you measure their success?
I would offer that it would be a fairly heavy lift that the sites were going to solely be able to drive. We have seen reductions in some posts and some fluctuation in other posts.
Jackson noting the footprint of Safe Streets is small compared to the entire city of Baltimore, adding it takes time to see results.
6 of them are relatively new, established in 2019, and that it typically takes us about a year to 18 months to truly start to see reductions in those posts.
Director Jackson diving into the funding of Safe Streets, which comes from a handful of locations, including state funds, the city's general fund, and private donations. But some of the confusion stems from the patchwork of organizations operating the Safe Streets locations.
Catholic Charities,
St. Agnes,
Family Health Centers for Baltimore,
MedStar,
Living Classrooms,
LifeBridge. Does the money from the mayor's office go to these partners and then it goes from the partners to Safe Streets, or does it go directly from the government to Safe Streets? How does that work?
I would say that the site administrators don't simply serve as a pass-through mechanism, if you will, for dollars.
Contradicting what the CEO of Family Health Centers of Baltimore told FOX45 News just last week. Do you guys operate the Cherry Hill location of the Safe Streets program?
We, as I understand it, may be a pass-through agency, but no, we don't operate it.
So then the money does not go directly to them, but you know exactly, because of a contract that you have with the other ones, how much money is going to wind up with Safe Streets.
So to be clear, Safe Street site administrators essentially own the implementation of that site. For all intents and purposes, all of the payments that we are making are going directly to those two community-based organizations.
Meanwhile, we've asked MONSE for an interview to talk about running Safe Streets to find out why regular audits are not being done. Why won't the members of Safe Streets or organizations meet with us? Where is the measurable data? Instead, Jackson says the funding for Safe Streets comes with measurable success requirements, including
looking at the number of mediations that sites are conducting on a monthly basis, looking at the number of participants that they have enrolled in their programming.
During the State of the City address Tuesday, Mayor Scott touting the crimes prevented to date.
We have already mediated more than 455 conflicts this year alone.
Promising details about expanding community violence programs, utilizing millions of dollars in federal COVID relief money coming to the city. We've tried to get answers from the organizations operating the locations, including Park Heights Renaissance, where City Council Vice President Sharon Green Middleton sits on the board. After ignoring our emails looking for an interview and details, I tried to ask her during the first in-person council meeting in years Monday night.
Not at this time.
Not at this time? Can I ask you a question unrelated to the city council meeting about Park Heights Renaissance and the involvement in Safe Streets?
Not at this time, thank you.
How can we get in touch with you in some way? Instead, the vice president walking away from my questions and slipping out the side door. We're also learning that there are monthly invoices from these Safe Streets locations given to the city. When we get that information, we will review it. Meanwhile, Director Jackson says sometime later this week, we'll hear from Mayor Brandon Scott about that internal review of Safe Streets and potential changes to come. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, FOX45 News.